Hello. Today we are going to study about vocabulary, and by the end of today's lesson you'll be able to describe cities and talk about city life. We are on page number 40 today. The first exercise that you are going to find in your textbooks is exercise number 1, logically. Okay, before we start doing it or completing it, we're going to describe the term townscape. So, townscape is the urban picture of a town or urban landscape. So, in this task, you are going to answer the following question. Which townscape and landscape features can you find near your school? Here you have options. A riverbank, a ruined castle, and many more. But to make it clear to you, I prepared some photos so it will be easier for you to understand the terms, to understand the vocabulary, and to tick those you can find in your town or next to your school. First one, as you can see, is a riverbank, obala rijeke. So, if you have a riverbank near your school, please tick it. Next is a ruined castle. A ruined castle is a destroyed castle. Uništeni, propali, oronuli zamak. Okay. Then we have a steep hill. As you can see, it's steep hill. It's really difficult to mount because of it. Strmo brdo. Then a dense forest. Next set of photos, we have here a housing estate or stambeno naselje in our language. Next to it, we have an industrial area, industrijska zona. Then a busy harbor je luka. Next to it is the market square. Market square is a kind of market that you find on a city square. Znači na nekom gradskom trgu nalazi se pijaca, tržnica. Okay. Then what do you see here? The Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, the Big Ben. So very famous monuments, poznati spomenici. And finally, the photo that is, in my opinion, the most beautiful represents a beautiful or a breathtaking view. Znači pogled od kojeg zastaje dah. And really this photo is breathtaking. Okay, I'm quite sure that you have ticked those you can find in your or next to your school. Those belonging to townscapes. Townscapes like a market square, a famous monument, or a housing estate, or to landscape, a ruined castle, a dense forest, a breathtaking view, and similar. Now we are moving to the exercise number 3. Let's see what we have here. Listen to 4 teenagers talking about what makes a city a good place for young people. Highlight the things that are important to them. You're going to hear to Lisa, Gudrun, Lian, and Josh. Let's hear.
1. Track 40.
We went into the student cafeteria at London University and asked the question, what makes a city a good place for young people? 1. Lisa.
My number 1 priority is open spaces for running. I like a city with plenty of parks and cheap sports facilities. I can't stand places where everything closes at 6 o'clock in the evening. I love cities that are hectic and never sleep, and where you have good nightlife with a wide choice of things to do. Cinema, theatre, music, restaurants. But young people don't have much money to spend, so it's important that all those things are affordable.
2. Gudrun.
I'm into art and fashion, so I love places like London where you can see some really crazy fashions and some good graffiti and other street art. I can't afford to go into expensive designer shops, so I like flea markets and second-hand clothes stores. Buses and underground are really expensive in London. Where I come from, I can go everywhere by bicycle, but it's too dangerous here. The cycle lanes are too narrow and I'm afraid to use my bike, so I walk. But London's enormous, so I walk a lot. I guess it keeps me fit. But my ideal city has cheap public transport and safe cycle lanes.
3. Liang.
I'm studying here now, but when I finished my degree, I'll go back to China. I live in Shanghai, and it's an exciting modern city full of gleaming skyscrapers, but that's not important for me. It's a very expensive place to live, and often the smog is so thick that you can't see to the other side of the road. I'd rather live somewhere less polluted. But the best thing about Shanghai is that there are plenty of job opportunities. I just hope I get a good job when I go back.
4. Josh.
Well, one of the most important things for me is to be in a place with lots of other young people. I come from a picturesque town on the coast. Tourists love it. It's got quaint little back streets, leafy neighbourhoods, and breathtaking views over the sea. But I don't care about those things. My hometown is full of retired people, so there's nothing for young people to do. I'd prefer to live in a run-down inner city area in a big city where there's lots going on. I think a city is more interesting if it's multicultural too. Where I'm from, most of the people who live there were born there.
Okay, great. Now let's see if you have highlighted the correct things, which means the things that are important to them. Let's start with Lisa. So, open spaces and cheap sports facilities are important to her. Great nightlife and affordable things to do. So all these three are important to Lisa. Let's see about Gudrun. Gudrun, what is important to her? Street art and fashion, cheap public transport, and safe cycle lanes. So expensive designer shops are not important to her, even though she's into art and fashion. Okay, Leanne. What is important to Leanne? Clean air and job opportunities, and gleaming skyscrapers are not at all important to her. And finally, Josh. So for him, a rundown inner city area with lots going on and a young multicultural population, those are the things important to him. Okay? Okay, so now I would be really curious to find out which are the 5 most important things for you in a city. Okay, think about it and let me know. Next, we are moving on to something that is related to this text. This text is about 3 very beautiful cities. Each of them is beautiful in its own way. Toronto, Berlin, and New York. I'm going to show you some of the photos of them, so you'll see. This is the first one is Berlin. You also have them in your textbooks, but those are also beautiful. The other one is Toronto, and finally Big Apple or New York. You see. Okay, we're going to read. Yes, and to do some exercises afterwards. Okay, so first task is about reading. The Youthful Cities Index. The Youthful Cities Index have ranked the biggest cities in the world according to how youth-friendly they are. Youth is defined as people aged 15 to 25, and over 1,500 participants from around the world helped to compile the list. Let's hear about Toronto. In the first place is Canada's largest city with a population of 2.7 million. The city's most famous landmark is the CN Tower, which at 553 meters tall is one of the world's tallest buildings. In Toronto, there is a large student population who benefit from the vibrant nightlife. Toronto prides itself on its wide range of cultures, languages, food, and arts. Almost half of its population are immigrants, so you can find world-class restaurants serving mouth-watering food from every country you can think of. Public transport is great with a reliable network of buses, streetcars, trams, and underground. Berlin. Berlin could be the coolest city in the world. People are open-minded and easygoing, and Berliners welcome visitors with open arms. The city boasts an incredible arts and music scene. The nightlife starts late and never ends. There are hundreds of nightclubs, packed with party girls every night of the week. Nightlife is affordable, as is accommodation and transport. The city is flat and easy to get around by bike, but there is also a state-of-the-art public transport system. Berlin is steeped in history, and the historical heart of the city is the area called Mitte. Most of the main sites are within walking distance of the center. Finally, Berlin's best-kept secrets are the beautiful lakes, canals, and parks. And finally, New York. Located at the mouth of the Hudson River, there is no place like New York with its iconic skyline. There is a first-class music scene. Hip-hop was invented here. There is a huge number of theaters, more than 400 in total. In summer, this cosmopolitan city is full of free cultural activities like public art installations, museum nights, and live music. The bustling city of New York is renowned for its traffic jams, but unlike other cities where the subway closes at night, the NY subway runs 24 hours a day. New York isn't the cheapest place to live, but this is offset by high salaries and good youth employment. Okay? You see that in the text there are many phrases underlined, some are underlined, some are in red, some of them are highlighted. Those are useful phrases that you are going to use or that you can use to describe city life or to describe cities in general. We're going to start from the exercise word store 3A. So it refers to the phrases in red. Prides itself on, offset by, packed with, renowned for, and steeped in. On the right side, as you can see, are the definitions of those words. So we'll try to match them and put them in the correct space. As you can see here, the first one is already completed. Benefit from means to get help or an advantage from. Benefit from, imati korist, izvući korist ili dobiti pomoć ili korist od nečega, iz nečega. Then we have balanced by. Balanced by would be offset by. Izbalansirano je nešto nečim. Next expression is extremely crowded with, which means it's, yes, you get it, packed with. Puno je ljudi, natrpano, mnoštvo, gužva. Okay? Next expression, the definition of the following expression or next expression is feels happy about its special quality. When you feel happy about its special quality, it means prides itself on. Prides, ponositi se. Okay. Well known for, renowned for, poznat, prepoznat, po nečemu. Have a lot of particular quality means steeped in. In the text we have a sentence, Berlin is steeped in culture. Berlin has a lot of particular quality regarding culture, znači da je prožet kulturom. Okay, now we are moving to the word store 3b. It's also about expressions from the text, the new vocabulary. This time, complete the word store 3b with these adjectives: mouth-watering, bustling, leafy, vibrant, quaint, iconic. Okay. Inner city area means near the city area. Oblast blizu grada, unutrašnja, inner city, znači bliže gradu. Then we have also city here, but we have busy. When there are a lot of people, it's crowded, it's noisy, and it's also bustling. Yes, bustling city, užurban grad, zauzet, stalno se nešto dešava. Then when we talk about food, we can say delicious food, but also mouth-watering. We have a similar word in our language. Od kreneti voda na usta kad vidiš nešto lijepo za jelo, naročito ukoliko ste gladni, onda još i dodatno. Then we have a synonym word for charming, and we're going to define little back streets. What are those little back streets? We have quaint, charming. It can also mean strange or old time, but the best adjective to describe would be charming. Znači šarmantne, starinske, neobične ulice. Okay, to describe neighborhood full of trees, we are going to say that it's leafy, da ima puno drveća, zelenila, lišća, ali u ovom smislu odnosi se kako je to neighborhood, odnosno susjedstvo okoline. Okay, nightlife, lively or vibrant, yes. And finally, skyline, famous or iconic. Poznato. Okay. One more exercise for today related to the expressions from the text. This one, the highlighted expression or phrases in the text, is the exercise 3D. The phrases that you are supposed to use here are a reliable network of, youth-friendly, most famous landmark, historical heart of, within walking distance of, easy to get around, and located at the mount of. Okay, as you can see, the first sentence is completed. Berlin's best-kept secrets are the lakes. Znači, najbolje čuvane tajne Berlina su jezera. Let's see number 2. New York is, then we have the Hudson River, is located at the mouth of the Hudson River. Znači, New York se nalazi na ušću rijeke Hudson. Number 3. Berlin is, what do we have here? Easy to get around by bike. Berlin je lako obići biciklom. Easy to get around. Number 4. Toronto has a reliable network of buses. Znači, Toronto ima pouzdanu mrežu autobusa ili autobusku mrežu. Number 5. The historical heart of Berlin is called Mitte. Historijsko jezgro ili historijsko srce Berlina naziva se Mitte. Number 6. Toronto's most famous landmark is the CN Tower. Znači, najpoznatije obilježje ili znamenitost Toronta je CN toranj. Number 7. The main sites are within walking distance of the center of Berlin. Znači, glavne znamenitosti su u pješačkoj udaljenosti od centra Berlina. Znači, sve se može pješke obići da su blizu centra. Number 8. Toronto is the most youth-friendly city. Toronto je najviše okrenut mladima, za mlade grad. kratko i najviše za mlade, youth friendly. Okay. So that's all for today. Now I'm sure that you are able to describe cities and talk about city life successfully. Thanks for your attention and see you next time. Bye.